Hey York Explorers, Mr. Ord here. Today is the last measurement system that we're going to be looking at today. So remember the first one that we looked at was length, and length is measuring how long something is from end to end, and we used inches, feet, and yards for that. Next we looked at weight, and that's measuring how heavy an object is, and we use ounce, pound, and ton. Now the last one is capacity. That's measuring how much a container can hold inside, and usually it's how much liquid a container can hold, so like water or milk. Alright, so today we're going to be able to identify the different customary units of capacity and be able to convert one customary unit into another. Okay, and so the units that we use to measure capacity are cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. And you can kind of see some pictures here. This is old school creamery containers, and here's all the different sizes of milk that are. We got some cups. We got some pints in here. We got some quarts right up here, and gallons. All right, we're going to take a little bit closer look at this. So it's important to understand these liquid measurements. I mean, for example, when we follow a recipe to cook up some delicious food, we need to measure and pour the ingredients accurately. When you look on here, half a cup butter, 1 cup of white sugar, 1/3 of a cup, half a cup. So the big thing is it'll be used in cooking. But this lesson isn't about making brownies. It's about liquid measurement. Okay, so here we go. So in America, our basic unit of gallon measurement is the gallon. And we purchase many items by the gallon. Right here, this is probably the one you're going to be really familiar with, or at least have seen, is a gallon of milk. I've never actually bought maple syrup by the gallon. I guess it looks like you can in the state of Vermont. And then oil can come in gallons as well. Okay, still, a gallon is pretty big measurement, and sometimes you only need a quart or a pint or even just a cup of something. And you can see all these different sizes of maple syrup. You can kind of see this one says a half pint here, and this one looks like the gallon as well. This one looks like says 1 pint right there. Okay, so the next time you go to the store, you want to see if you can find these sizes. Alright, so you can buy milk by the cup, pint, quart, half gallon, or gallon. Of these, the cup is the smallest measurement and the gallon is the largest. So if you get milk at school, I think they changed it. We have the milk dispenser, so we don't really have these cartons anymore. But when we did have these cartons right here, like this one, the cup, this is a cup. If you got this size of milk, I mean, it's going to be the size of a cup. This one, so again, when you go to the store, the next time you go to Fred Meyer or Walmart or Target or wherever you go to grocery shop, see if you can find these different sizes of milk. The next size up is a pint. I don't really remember, I've never really looked for a pint at the store of milk. I'm not sure if it's there. If you're able to find it, great, let me know. Here's the pint. The next one is the quart. It's this one. It's a little bit bigger. The next one is half gallon. This is the one that I commonly buy at Fred Meyer. And then the one that most of us are probably familiar with is the gallon of milk. And that, again, that's the biggest size. And the cup is the smallest. Okay, so when cooking, you often have to measure exactly 1 cup of an ingredient. Alright, so what you're going to see here is how many cups are actually in a gallon. So you would need to have gotten 16 cartons of milk at school to equal 1 gallon. And like it says up here, a cup is fairly small. It takes 16 cups to make 1 gallon. There's quite a bit of them. Alright, so the next one, these are the pints. So a pint is twice as large as a cup. It takes 8 pints to make 1 gallon. And the next one is the quart. So a quart is twice as large as a pint and 4 times as large as a cup. It takes 4 quarts to make 1 gallon. The way I like to remember quart is like for quarter. And you can see there's 4 of them. 4 quarters equal $1. 1 quart, it takes 4 quarts to equal a gallon. That's just kind of, for some reason, how I think about it. Okay, so here's another graphic of what it looks like. So at the very top, the biggest measurement is the gallon. It's this blue kind of looking water bottle here. Now, within this gallon, if you had 4 quarts, if you had 4 quarts, 1, 2, 3, 4, those are the same as a gallon. Now if we go down, the pints. So if you have 1 quart, 2 pints equal a quart. But if you wanted a gallon, you would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pints to equal a gallon. Now if you go even further down, you can kind of see that it's 1, 2 cups equal a pint, and 1, 2, 3, 4 cups equal a quart. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cups would equal a gallon. All right, let's take a look now at what you're going to be working on, and it's going to be converting cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. Okay, so once you get into Google Classroom and you open up this assignment, you're going to see at the top it says converting units of capacity in the U.S. customary system of measurement. Use the conversion scale to fill out the tables. What is the rule to convert from the larger units to the smaller units? So that graphic that we just looked at, this is it with just the numbers though. This is that conversion scale. Okay, so if we look here, we're converting gallons to quarts. So if we have 1 gallon, how many quarts does that equal? Well, if we come over here, 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. You're going to notice it kind of follows the same pattern that we've done for other assignments. So if you have 2 gallons, how many quarts? If you have 3 gallons, how many quarts would you have? Then after you fill this out, a rule for converting gallons to quarts is, what would you do? Okay, the next one, converting quarts to pints. So 1 quart is equal to how many pints? Well, if we come up here, hey, right here, it's 1 pint equals 2. Ooh, that's not the right one because we're converting quarts to pints. So then we come up here, 1 quart equals 2 pints. 2. And now the same thing. If you have 2 quarts, how many pints? 3 quarts, how many pints? And all the way down. Then you'd fill in what's the rule for converting quarts to pints. And then the last one, if you have 1 pint, how many cups? Well, if we come up here, I remember that I kind of started typing that one in the wrong spot. 1 pint equals 2 cups. There we go. And then if you had 2 pints, how many cups? And 3 pints, how many cups? And you fill out all the way. And a rule for converting pints to cups is, and you would fill that in. Now, if you want an extra challenge, you can scroll down. You can kind of take a look at these questions. The other thing here, 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces. That kind of just means how much liquid is in 1 cup, and it is 8 fluid ounces. All right, if you get stuck, not sure what to do, reach out to your teacher.